We're just happy to have you back, man.
Well, I look forward to hearing about all the horrible clusterfucks you've gotten up to while I've been gone.
Oh yes, and certainly completely for Deverin's benefit, and absolutely no one else's whatsoever. Codex, would you like to summarize what happened in Deverin's absence?
I didn't catch the end of that.
Summarize what happened in the end since the end of Devon, or since Devon's been gone.
Oh, okay, I'll summarize it. But my joke was going to be that just floating in the recesses of space in the broken, cruise ship is just Deverin's corpse, and as it's just floating, its eyes open. But yeah, we can say that you went through the cruise ship thing. We didn't actually do it, but just for like plot contrivances and like history lining, you got on the ship, you stole the thing, you hired Khan Mandat to watch over the party while you were doing things. What the party did was they hung out with some people, got some information. I'm trying to make sure, like, I'm sure I'm forgetting some of the earlier stuff, but what we ended on was they did a haunt, and they have the haunt in their hands right now.
Yeah. And pretty much everyone involved in that haunt got killed except for us.
No, I mean, you knocked out some people unconscious. They lived.
Well, I said almost.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. The bad guy knocked out people.
Yeah. Well, they're leaving the scene, carrying the haunt. I assume you guys don't want to just, as the people are surrounding you and everything, like the cops are trying to keep them back. Are you going to like just carry the haunt off by yourselves in your possession, or you're going to like try to pass it off to someone?
Well, we certainly can't leave it here.
I mean, I figure we can carry it off ourselves. I mean, we have authority here. I mean, and we secured it. I mean, at this point, taking it somewhere other than here is probably best.
All right. Let's mention, I guess, that Khan you're looking for him, and then just as you turn to look at him, he's not there anymore.
Oh, okay, well that's well that's interesting. Hopefully he shows up somewhere later. I don't think I had time to tell him where we hang out.
I'm sure Khan knows, isn't that right, Jason?
I've been informed.
Anyways, yeah, we should get this. I mean, Lord Reclo knows a lot about dark magic. He could possibly at least hold it safe till we decide what to do with it.
Couldn't your lady friend do the same?
What was that?
I said, couldn't your lady friend do the same?
Well, I mean, maybe it's the mage colleges, though. We've seen what those kids are like. I'm not sure we should leave something this dangerous around college kids.
I keep having to remind myself that
I
Kick
thought
is
the
a master.
magistrate was separate from the college.
Oh no, Magistrix isn't my lady friend. That's Rygar's lady friend, or Lasar's lady friend.
Lady Magistrix could potentially help us with this. However, knowing that she is Lady Magistrix, being as how she is, I don't know if we really want to have this in her possession.
Doesn't she answer to Lord Reclo anyways? I mean, if we give it to him, it's a possibility she'll end up dealing with it. Like it just seems like the guy who's in charge of dealing with the entire city is the guy to deal with this chest, possibly.
Yeah. And in my travels, if there is one thing I have learned, just because that you might answer to somebody, that doesn't mean that you can still have ulterior motives and go behind that person's back.
I mean, I don't really care where we take it. We probably just need to move it away from here for now. We can take it back to my headquarters if no one feels safe taking it to a specific person.
That might be best. Like I
All
said
right,
before,
well,
I don't have the spells to take care of it yet.
all right, well, then I guess it's off to my place for now.
To the Gick Cave. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
So as you finish debating this, and Sushi and Eugenia, you're trying to hold back some of the people that are crowding you. You turn to go pick up the chest, and with Gick on one hand and the other three, all of you guys on the other end, you lift up the chest, hold it over 5 feet, and begin the long trek to Gick's house. So sometime later, as you're just gonna like bury it in your yard or something, Gick. What's your plan?
I mean, for now, I guess it's a prisoner, so it's going in the cell.
That's appropriate.
That's very appropriate.
That's fantastic. I love the imagery of just like a ghost peeking out, going, "Where the fuck are we?"
Yeah, so it's getting locked behind iron bars for causing a ruckus in the town.
So
That's awesome.
can only imagine that Sash is just going like, "This plan seems incomplete."
Yeah, I mean, we're still kind of we can't seem to come to some kind of consensus as to what to do about this. So, I mean, for now, this is, I guess, the most secure spot that we can all agree on.
Sash goes, "Why don't we try breaking it?"
Well, because opening it is bad, and breaking it is like opening it permanently.
Sash just goes like that's fair. And after some conversation, he'll bow out and leave it to you since he's not part of your organization. And
Yeah, no, it's fine.
as some days pass, you're going through the motions of life, capturing more criminals, dealing with minor inconveniences. Maybe you even got another haunt. It's just a really minor one, like it makes black cats have you trip or something. Just little adventures. But the real interesting part is one day you just see Devrin walking to your building, and you haven't seen that fella in some time. And before we start, Devrin, you do remember you got a blink back belt from Barty.
Yes.
Okay. Then go on. Devrin, you've walked into the Shades. That is what we call that place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you go up to this nice... You have, like, a whole block to yourself, don't you?
Yeah, in the chat somewhere. Let me see if I can pull it. There should be, like, a whole list of the rooms.
Yeah, but it's more like from the outside, it looks like this grand, like, building. So that Devrin knows.
Yeah.
Gick has purchased himself quite a lofty expense for his organization.
Yeah. This is like a full like this is like a city block's worth of a guild hall.
So go ahead,
I'll
Devrin. You've come to
refrain from
reunite.
making any jokes about sizes of anything.
But you think Gick is compensating for something?
You said it, not me.
That's very big of you to be above such things.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to belittle yourself.
So
It's
I'll
not
leave.
my fault I'm shorter than Napoleon.
It's not Napoleon's fault that he's taller than you.
Do I see anyone around?
Yeah, go on. It's like you walk
Oh.
in and the people are like, Devrin, whoever wants to be in here, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. Gig's sort of standing at the like when you walk in, there's like a clear like waiting room, and there's 2 counters each manned by an attendant, and Gig's sort of just leaning on the counter talking to one of them casually. When he turns around, Devrin, where have you been?
Places. Yeah, let's go with that.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff's happened since you've been gone. I mean, he kind of gestures to the area around him. I built this.
Yeah. So, did you get another promotion?
No, but I mean, this is actually kind of a private venture. But I mean, I figured we needed some kind of base of operations other than your place, especially while you were gone. So I had this built so that we could have a more formal place and stop sort of crashing yours.
Yeah. Okay.
But Barty took off. He got his stuff cleared up and.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I mean, he's still around, but I mean, he's sort of out of Edict Force at the moment. But we had to deal with a spoopy chest. It's actually, if you want to go see it, it's actually like down the hall.
No, I heard about all that.
Torgan's pretty much the same. Lastar's been getting more involved.
Good for him.
So to have, we also met a new person who maybe is going to join up. He seemed interested in our group.
Did you know?
Yeah, he actually kind of seemed to have a similar skill set to you.
Fascinating. I may have to meet him sometime. So where are the others?
Well, I mean,
That depends entirely on what day it is.
That's Torgan walking in saying that, right?
No, that's William asking, what day is it?
A better question is, where do you want to be? Because we can probably just make it any day since X days passed.
Well, if it's the winter solstice, my schedule is very different than if it's not.
Do you want it to be the winter solstice?
That's true. We can say he's at the Bloodsport thing that he's been wanting to go to.
Like the number is X days. You get to pick.
Well then, yes. If it's up to me, then yes, it's absolutely Candlemark, and Unis and I are at what I imagine would be the Stoneworks Coliseum, but I could be wrong.
It would be at the park, a setup thing.
Oh, Unis, we're gonna go back to your home. Isn't that lovely? So yes, Unis is going to grow a mustache today so that he can cheer along with me, and we're going to go to see the Day of Wrath. And then, in the evening, I'll be joining Lasar at the Temple of Saren Ray in the Stoneworks, so that we may pray together.
Oh, Candlemark! Let's give it up for Saren Ray. Woo!
Give your workers their bonuses and send them home early.
Yep, I did that.
Yeah, they got a hefty bonus.
Yeah.
Witch Hazel's very pleased with you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I got to keep my employees happy.
So, knowing that he's at a Coliseum, do you guys want to meet him there, or are you gonna say you hung out and some time passed and you meet him when he's leaving for the night?
Torgan's over at that event holiday thing they got going We could grab Lasar and go check it out if you want.
Had my fill of blood sports.
Well, I mean, he's probably gonna hit up his bar after he's done. We can go meet him there.
Now, Khan says
There
he
you
wants to run a con. What kind of con are you thinking there, Khan?
Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Sorry.
The yelling kind.
Remember, it has to be the con of cons. I hired you for a reason. Remember that.
Gone. Technically, I did it as a favor.
Yeah.
We are technically equals in the Thieves Guild, even if I don't actually run anything.
For now.
For now.
For
I
now.
have plans.
Let's see. I know. I'm gonna take my mundane form for this con.
Is that the human one?
No, that's the my actual form.
Oh, okay.
But I'm so mundane as to blend in with every other.
That one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And I am going to is this a ticket type deal? Like people have to buy tickets for it?
Yeah, so if you went here earlier and there was just like an empty space, they hired like a bunch of wizards, like the higher up dudes from the college, to like earth shape a coliseum out of the ground.
Okay, but they are selling tickets for it, or is it just come in for free?
Absolutely. It's the only way that you didn't get a ticket is if you were refusing to move, and the wizards were like, "Well, we can't move. It's just impossible." Meaning you bought a ticket to get in here.
Oh, I was actually talking about like I was
Yeah,
gonna sell fake scalp tickets.
Yeah.
All right, let me deception check. I believe it is for that.
But you have to forge them first.
Forge them. The forgeries are linguistics, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, first let me do that.
Yeah, the average Joe isn't going to catch that.
I'm not going to be selling to anybody but the average Joe.
Yeah.
And then deception to convince them to buy it.
Yeah.
Or, well, bluff.
And I guess give me a local, since you're making sure you're not catching anyone that might have levels, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, do you want me to do a bluff, the local or bluff first?
Give me a local, and we'll see if you accidentally, like, roll solo, that you accidentally, like, try to sell Dikashim. No, it's fine. There's tons of people with class levels entering this thing. You've got, like, a lot of, like, low-level adventurers who are, like, willing to, like, you know, like Torgan, who's just... Torgan's a mid-level adventurer, but that's besides the point. It's the fact that you have a lot of people who might catch onto your thing. You don't sell to them, but you do see the people who like worship that god, and they're just like, yeah, I take a little Timmy to see the blood sport. It's a family affair. So yeah, you sell to those people.
I mean, don't you want seats in the splash zone?
Yeah.
And here's
Timmy
the
Timmy has like a bucket. He's
Ooh.
like, yeah. Oh my god.
The bluff was the bad.
Yeah.
All
right.
My selling
mode is a 20.
I wasn't trying to sell it to you.
He's selling to the average folk who rolled a 15. Now the question is, are you trying to meet them, or are they trying to meet you?
I think it's actually I have to beat like a static number. I think it's probably much like intimidation, where it's like 10 plus their level plus the.
I was rolling their like almost untrained sense motive against you.
Let me take a look, see what the actual thing is.
Yeah, let's see.
Bluff, Pathfinder. Okay. Oh, there's also like, because my lie is just believable, not necessarily that they want to believe me.
Yeah. It's not unlikely or anything. It's believable. Yeah, it's against the opponent's sense motive skill.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happens if you meet it. Maybe that just means I win, or it doesn't.
I believe with an opposed check, since they are opposing you, meet is beat on their behalf.
Yeah. Let me roll a few more just because. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, it depends. Do they want to believe me?
I'll throw you a bone. So, you know, some of the people early on are willing to believe you, but just like how kind of like frantic you want to sell these tickets, you know, some people start like calling up the guard, and we can have you skedaddle off since you have a move speed faster than anyone running around in like armor.
Yep, I'm gonna skedaddle, find a quiet place, and put my mask back on and leave.
So with the few early people who I'm giving you, they really wanted those tickets. You
Yeah.
make that much money. It's silvers.
Excellent. I have scammed dumb people out of their money, which is my entire purpose here. All right, cool.
So back to Gick.
Sorry.
No, it's all cool.
All right. I mean, we're just gonna head down. We're gonna head over to Lasar's shop, and I guess in the afternoon, evening, and then head to Torgen's bar.
So, Lasar, as you're like handing out your Christmas bonuses and getting ready to close up the shop, you think, oh, you're getting like some last minute customers, but no, it's your good friends, the kobold and that other guy.
Greetings, friends. Did you come by to browse, or did you come by to celebrate Candlemark with me?
No, hey, Devrin's back in town. We're gonna meet up with Torgen so we can all catch up. We're gonna hit up his bar.
Devrin. Ah, yes, the shadowy fellow when I first met you last.
Yeah. The consultant for Edict Force. Yeah.
I'm not
I'm the
that
consultant
shadowy.
for Edict Force. The other consultant for Edict Force.
Mm-hmm.
Well, splendid. Yes, I would very much like to see him again and give him my regards.
I'm standing right here.
It's Lasar's passive aggressive way.
Oh, I forgot the scene, so my apologies.
It's all right. The way I introduced them was silly. I should have been more serious about it.
Yeah.
Devrin's there with you.
Well, then let's go then. Devrin, very nice to have you back.
And it's
Where
good to be back.
you go, if you don't mind me asking? I'd love to hear of your travels.
I went on a bit of a vacation. Visiting a friend.
Vacation with friends is always a nice time.
I'll explain everything once we meet Torgen. I don't want to explain it more than once.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you'd be doing this 3 or 4 times if we just did it every time we saw you.
Shall we go?
Yeah, no. Let's move on out. Edict Force, roll out.
Please tell me you haven't let him say that more often, Lasar.
Lasar's the one that encouraged that plan.
I have not. Wait, encourage what plan?
Yelling Edict Force.
I don't encourage that. Edict Force. Whatever could you mean?
Just want Devrin to be like,
Oh,
quickly say Edict Force, and you're like, why? Just curious. And you go, Edict Force, and then you pose, and the fucking thing happens again with the silhouettes.
Unis's silhouette's like totally blacked out.
Yeah.
But it's there.
There's a question mark on it because people keep having to change what the silhouette looks like. So, you people head back down towards the park. Do you want to be heading there by like the time that Torgen will be getting out, or do you want to be like heading in to watch with him? Like you're gonna scrunch up against the horse race?
Yeah, no. Devrin didn't want to actually watch, so we're trying to get there after events.
Okay. So as it's like hitting night and people are like wrapping up for the day, and Torgen, you saw some people go through some things. The chariot race, the crawling, like not crawling, like the climbing over like the spiked pillar, the thing. You saw champions rise and fall, that kind of thing. It was a fun day. And you even saw a guy die.
Incredible. I didn't think that was legal here.
So someone had to res him.
Huh, good, very responsible. You see, Eunice? You see?
Yep, I saw.
That poor guy is just like, I had to sell the metal to pay. This is not fair. Oh no. I'm sure they signed up for something. Anyways, so Torgan, as you're like leaving the stadium, I'm sure if like all the trash from eating the hot dogs and cotton candy that you got there to enjoy your experience.
Oh, no, it's a holiday. I'm going to actually buy whatever the Church of Asmodeus is selling at the event.
Oh,
I'm
like
going to partake of the culture.
like the little knick-knack thing? The memorabilia?
I more meant whatever they're going to be selling as far as snacks and food offered to those in the Coliseum stands.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. That like you're leaving the event with all the garbage you ate. Like you were there for like 8 hours. I'm sure you have like those little things that nachos come in and stuff. Those things.
Well, yes, I'm just specifying for the sake of specifying. I did not literally eat garbage today.
No, I mean they were like selling you garbage junk food.
Okay, well, I just figured it was worth specifying.
Yeah. So yeah, you're like leaving with a cotton candy that you're like finishing off, and you see your crew like hanging by the entrance where like everyone's pouring out of the baseball stadium. I'm using weird descriptives here. I'm trying to like you guys have been to baseball stadiums where like everyone's funneled out through like a cage thing. Yeah, that's your crew is just like waiting by there as they're like people are rummaging out of there. You're just like finishing your snack, and hey, you just see them like leaning there, talking.
I'm debating how much I want to fuck with Torgan right now.
Hey, Torgan.
Oh, Garrick. I didn't expect to see you here this evening.
Well, guess who's back? Back again.
Eunice runs over and waves.
Shady's back.
And Eunice says hello to Devrin.
Thank you.
Hi, Devrin.
No good, you talk now.
Only Oh, I could talk to Torgan all the time, but I can only talk to everybody else. Torgan, how does it work?
It's spirit magic. I have to choose a spirit every day. He was going to the stands with me, so I figured it was worth him being able to cheer with me. But most of the time he can't, except to me and to Lastar's little snake friend. All reptiles, really. He's also wearing a spider silk bodysuit.
Of course.
Really
also,
have to.
He's also as tall as you. He's medium-sized instead of small now.
Line of Fire's looking real friendly right about now. And when... you know what? Never mind.
Gex Wolf? It's fucking huge.
Yeah, I mean, Gik's been riding around on it to get around, so yeah,
Right?
you've seen that Gengen is now large size.
When he said roll out earlier, he hopped on his wolf and revved it like a motorcycle.
I'm just assuming he never got off the wolf.
That's a fair assumption. I just kick out the kickstand.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
What is it? Which Final Fantasy is that? 13?
Yeah.
Okay then.
But, so did you all come to... are we gonna go pray together at temple?
Well, I mean, I want to know what Devrin's been up to. We figured we'd hit up your bar and have a few drinks and catch up.
Alright, well... I don't know if... I'm not sure if we're up, and I haven't actually been to the bar today myself. I had to get here early, you understand, to get good seats for Eunice's sake, of course.
You can't just, like, open it up for some buddies real quick to have some drinks?
I mean, of course, I can throw something together.
If it's gonna be a problem, the Nightingale's always open.
I mean, if you prefer the Nightingale, we can go to the Nightingale.
No, it's just, I mean, I know it's open.
Torgen?
Well, one moment. Torgum will actually cast Sending to Agam, and he'll ask, Agam, is the bar open tonight? By any chance, I forgot to ask about Candlemark hours.
I want the answers to be but yeah, no, he's really busy. He's like selling a bunch of people who are like buying food. Like you remember how he's a butcher, right? He is like an overtime. People are trying to get last minute. Like they were just the people who are like, oh, I don't need to buy a turkey or like a ham or anything now. I can get it the day before. It's just crowded with those people.
I got a very fragmented message. He sounds very busy.
Well, then the Nightingale it is, I guess.
Might be best. Apparently we're packed tonight.
Just cut back to Agam in the bar, like in a wave of people, his green hand descending into it.
There's just a wave, like a tidal wave of people.
Yeah.
Well, we better go pick up Lassar, because it's unlikely that he's here at an Asmodean event.
No, I grabbed him already.
But I'm not anywhere near the Asmodean. Actually, no, I would be hanging around the Asmodean. Remember, I'm not devoted to Saren Ray. I just vibe with her.
You literally have to worship her and maintain the compatible religious affiliation for your trade.
Yeah, I do that. But like, I won't go. Asmodeus, stay away. Can't go around that area.
He's like a modern Serenite.
He's a youth pastor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lassar gets people to join his religion by being like, check out this extreme teen Bible for Cimmerian.
Yeah, I sit backwards.
Yeah, you don't even have to read this thing. There are pictures.
Look at these tit kids. They're high-fiving and knuckle bumping. Word up, my Saren Ray.
Okay, let's go get that drink, eh? Please make this stop. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I mean, let's Edict Force. Let's roll out.
Una strikes a pose.
Okay, Gik, we're gonna have to talk about this.
Devin, I think you bought a gun. Don't use it yet.
Just no.
At least not on yourself.
On the way to the Nightingale, Unis will regale you all with tales of how the fights went all day.
Eh. Sounds kind of boring.
It's exciting when he's you're a dinosaur who can suddenly talk and has partial sentience, sapience.
I mean, Gik's happy to listen to it.
Did you want to make up a story, Torgen, to tell? Or?
Oh God, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Then yeah, you just tell some stories, and as you're like heading to the Nightingale, Devrin begins to walk faster, seeing his salvation in sight. And yeah, you guys go in and start, getting the drinks ready.
As we walk in, Unis walks over to every goon whose smell he recognizes and introduces himself. Each one is introduced to as, "Hello, goon. I'm Unis. What's your name?"
I really want to just make the joke that someone's like, I've been upgraded from Goon. I'm now, and he looks at like a name tag, level 3 Mook. Because Devrin's got
wait,
leadership.
hold on, time out.
Yeah.
Gonna rip that off. Pull out a piece of paper, scribble something on it. Goon level 4.
Goon level
You
4.
did good.
Oh. Do you have I thought only your cohort was 4 so far.
No.
Only the cohort.
No, the cohort's level 6.
Oh, you got the... Yeah, sorry, your leadership's that good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, nice. Let me just
But
scribble some things on this sheet.
he is off somewhere else because I don't have his character sheet ready.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to make you a support mage.
Yeah.
I thought cohorts had to be 2 levels below you, but I could be wrong.
I assume you got the Noble Scion thing then, or did you just also make a whoopsie?
I thought it was... Let me check.
Yeah, it usually is 2, but I thought your leadership score wasn't that good when I checked, but I might have been wrong. Like I said, I was about to make it, but I had a busy week last week. That's why we didn't stream. And I am used to people. When you said level 6, I was just automatically assumed, oh, you must have gone the Noble Scion feat that lets you have a higher level cohort. Because I just assumed if you said it, it must be true. Don't abuse that.
No, it's for another game that I'm in. That part has been removed from leadership. That's why I was thinking just 1 level.
Yeah, so you probably have a level 5 cohort at the moment. We'll double check for the week.
Yeah, we'll double check. Thank you, Torgan. I was just saying, it is a level 4 right now, so if you want to introduce him, we can pretend he's a little bit stronger than what I'm going to play him as.
Introduce him later.
Okay. Sorry for that technical difficulty. Go on then.
But yeah, Unis is just tickled pink that he happens to be able to talk, and he recognizes some of the goons, and strikes up conversations with any that are willing to talk to a dinosaur wearing spider silk bodysuit.
I mean,
with a mustache.
Other than that really weird imagery that they're looking at, I think the level 4 guy is happy to talk to someone now that he's got a promotion. He's ready to celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want to talk to a talking animal?
Wearing a silken gown.
Right.
Spider silk bodysuit. It's not even a gown.
It's a skin tight suit.
So he's wearing a Spider-Man costume. Got it.
He's wearing some fucking white spandex.
Brilliant.
Well, you gathered us all here, Gick. So, what is it you wanted us all to hear?
I mean, people were curious what Devon's been up to, so rather than having him tell the story 3 times, also, I mean, we might as well catch him up on what we've been up to in general.
You have an idea of what you lot have been up to?
Oh, apparently Khan's with us. I see words appearing.
I mean, they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
The word I pull up a chair just appeared for me.
Oh yeah, the pull up a chair did, but I've been tailing you guys the entire time.
Well, yeah, but you also changed form, so I'm assuming your freaking scent changed again too.
No, I'm back in my human form, the only form you know.
Oh, good. Well, then I you, and I nod. I don't actually bother asking because clearly you're one of Devrin's advanced goons.
Different. We're from different parts of the Thieves Guild.
Ah, are you from the Harbor District that I've been... never mind. We'll get into that later.
He works in collections. I work in accounting.
Oh, you guys are work buddies. That's how you know him.
That was a complete joke, Kick.
Oh, well, this is the guy that we met the other day.
Yeah, the one the one that had similar skills to mine. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that guy. Khan, I think, was his name.
Yes, you have gotten my name correct.
Good. It was enjoyable working with you.
Wish I could say the same after you guys, killed everybody.
Well, you told me that they were monsters.
I also told you we could knock. I know. I told you they were people, and I was knocking them out. Remember?
You told
Actually,
me
I
they
specifically
used.
said we should knock them.
You told me they used to be
Nah,
people, and out of game in session, I actually asked, "What did you tell me exactly?" And you said you told me they were once people, and that was it. So that was the assumption I was working off of.
I mean, you literally saw me knock somebody out. The first thing they did was, reveal their normal form.
Gick is not that intelligent when it comes to this magical stuff. That's a very well. Gick was just operating
Yeah,
off of someone who was very low knowledge, and if we really want to get into this right now, um, maybe you could have been more active in the session.
I was. I was there the entire time.
You
Working
mentioned
with you guys the entire
spacing
time.
out multiple times, dude.
I mentioned what?
You mentioned like losing concentration or focus on the game multiple times.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I was still there for the actual events going on. I did tell you.
I've told you exactly what you told me. Like that's what you told me. That's what I was working off. I'm playing the character I play. He's not very bright. You gave me limited information, and you
Right,
were
I'm not.
kind of
Listen,
there most of the time to
listen.
socialize with, but
I'm
not
not.
really. So
I'm not
that's
attacking.
how I played.
I am not attacking you as a person. I want to make that clear here. I am merely mentioning my character said, "Wish I could say the same." You guys did kill a whole bunch of people. That is my
Okay.
character. It is not me. I
I
do not
remember being
attack
called a
people.
murder hobo at least once.
Anyway,
Anyways, well, I mean, I didn't quite have an understanding of what was going on, and they seemed like monsters to me, and I had no idea how to turn them back. I didn't even know if they could be turned back without killing them.
we'll work on it. That's it. That's all my character says. We'll work on it. It's clearly a communication error.
I assume you guys just kind of like stare into your drinks for a while as some time passes. Someone tries to say something, some awkwardness.
Yeah, okay, well.
Yeah.
I could tell I missed a wonderful time. Alright.
It was rather interesting.
I'm sure. Anything else?
We still kind of don't know what to do with the chest at the moment.
It'll be several levels, but, well, whatever a level is. It will be some time before I master enough magic to handle it myself. Or we ask a more experienced spellcaster and risk having to share whatever's in it. Or we try to deceive the spirits by just dunking them in a large pile of of salt water.
Okay. Okay, yeah, sure.
It's been a long month, Devon.
I can tell. And I am not gonna ask any more questions about it for my own sanity.
Oh.
I need that drink.
I slide mine over to you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I go behind the counter and pull things off the top shelf.
If you got an empty barrel, I can get us some tears to wine.
Nope, this is good shit.
Fair enough.
He's after that rocket fuel, whatever a rocket is.
I just want
this is high-end straight vodka.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to
that
cut
rocket
it.
fuel.
I just want to cut it to like an hour later where everyone's friends again because everyone's just completely drunk and they're singing like 98 bottles of beer on the wall and they're like, someone walks in like, oh, did they just start? And they're like, no, they started at 1,000.
I was more offering for the sake of your goons because I didn't think you were going to pour a round of good shit for everybody. I was saying if you have an empty barrel, I can make a lot of tears to wine just for the room.
I mean, I wasn't even gonna pour a bottle of the good shit for all of you. I'm just
I
drinking the
know.
bottle.
No, I know you weren't.
Yeah, if the goons want anything, there's the bar. They know how to pour their own glasses.
It's like the goons getting up like, oh shit, free drinks.
I've always had free drinks.
Allie,
Some are,
most
just aren't
instances.
smart enough to know it.
Barrel.
Watered down piss beer is not a free drink.
No. With Tears to Wine, it's average quality, not middling. It is not watered down piss beer. It is average quality mead or wine.
I was talking to Dev and what he offers people for free.
I thought you were talking to me. My mistake.
Harry, this is a fine establishment. We don't sell piss water.
Correct, you don't sell it.
And I don't feed it to my goons. I need them to be useful.
Just want one of the rogues to be like, you hear that? We're useful.
I heard it.
Except for you, George.
Oh.
Still trying to figure out what you do. We're working on it.
You'll get him, Georgie.
Yeah, we won't. Anyways. Yeah, where I've been. Right, I went to the Plane of Fire.
Oh shit.
Visited a few friends. Got stuck there. Yeah, that really meant to only be a 2-day trip. That's where I've been all this time. Only got back a few hours ago. A few hours before I ran into Gick. Let's see. Saw plenty of blood sport. I think I got married, got divorced. A bit of a blood feud happening now. Don't ask why. And yeah. I think at one point I kicked the genie in the balls. Not sure.
Damn.
You married an Afriti gal?
Yeah.
Damn.
And let's see. Oh, I also found out anytime you go to the City of Brass, at least pack 3 pairs of clothes. My other 2 were burnt to a crisp.
That's how he met his wife.
Mainly due to the blood feud, but that's, again, here nor there. Also met this hilarious little Mephite. He called himself Meph, and that's the only word he could say. So I'm not sure if it was a name or he just dropped on his head. He stabbed a guy 5 minutes after I met him. Lovely chap.
And what took you to the Plane of Fire in the first place?
Business.
Of course.
I'm
And
leaned in. I'm leaned in all the way. What was it like?
Honestly, it was a bit chilly.
Huh.
Aye.
Get out a notebook and actually write that down. Plane of Fire, little bit chilly.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Visited a few friends. Made a few enemies. All in all, it was a fun time. Probably won't be going back anytime soon.
Some rogues going like, say, I think I'm going to vacation in the Plane of Fire.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
So, did you and your ex-wife divorce on favorable-ish?
Oh no, we got remarried.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she is lovely. But yeah, that
Hold on.
If you sense motive, it's completely up to him to tell you because I'm not sure what's real or false.
Sense motive is 21 or it's higher if somebody brought me a goddamn barrel.
No barrels.
Damn it all. So yeah, it's 21.
He is being completely honest.
All right.
So when do we meet her?
That is a good question.
She didn't leave you again, did she?
No, not all. So how's everyone doing?
Oh, good.
Well, the restaurant is doing well. I've moved into a lovely estate. I believe we were talking about my prospects and places to avoid in Mountainside last we spoke. I only know that because, like, the one note I've taken on anything ever. As you can see, Unis has done some growing, and we got him a lovely bodysuit to protect himself. He's a bit of a hellion these days. He likes to scrap.
Ruffles his head. Unis preens his mustache and says, "For the glory of Sobek, of course."
Why does he have a mustache?
It's part of the ancestor spirit. When he can speak common, he grows a mustache. He won't be there on days when I'm expecting trouble. He'll look very different on those days.
I do like the idea of him just finally noticing that there's a mustache there, though. That being the only thing he has to say about it.
Okay, sure.
I don't write the rules. I just play by them.
Sure. Has anything interesting happened in the city while I've been gone?
Aside from the horrible case of the haunted pirate chest, let's see. What was before that? The gambler, right? Where we got Unis's lovely armor. The gambler we caught. That was a fun one.
You caught a gambler.
Yep.
In
Another card carrier.
Right.
Guess you could say his luck ran out.
Well, good for him.
A lot of stuff with Barty's earrings, but that seems to have gotten resolved. He's indebted to a dwarf for 200 grand, poor bastard.
What?
Yeah, Barty owes the dwarf who actually bought the earrings 200 grand, so he's actually working in, like, I guess, interning under him while also working on his own stuff.
Sure. Just another thing to add to the list, I suppose.
I think that's most of the highlights. Lassar and I got attacked, but Unis took care of it.
I sure did.
We did? We did.
We
We
did.
did get attacked.
We got attacked, and now you're trying to sell a cursed robe in your shop, with full disclaimer that it is cursed and it is a collector's item only. You must sign a waiver to first purchase this item. Miss Aaron may be with you.
Yep.
Okay.
It's on Craigslist as a mage's special.
I think that's most of the highlights I remember. Does anyone else remember anything else to fill Devrin in on?
No, and then just forming my guild hall. Like I said, the gambler.
Gek, they tried to regroup Gek for the tarot assholes.
Oh yeah. They they had. I mean, yeah, their religion's kind of interesting. But they offered me a card. Uh, it hurt a lot. Um, but apparently they need. Well, other than the one that there's one card they're looking to give to someone, and then there's the two that we have now. So they're down 3 cards, but once they have all 3 cards assigned to people, they can supposedly bring about their god, I think.
Question: where did we stash the Wheel of Fortune?
Reclo should have it.
Reclo has
Oh,
it.
goody.
He has the other one too.
We can't hunt.
No, I know. That worries me for obvious reasons.
It's fine. I'm sure he's a swell guy.
We'll need to pray extra hard tonight, Lasar.
Yeah.
So, what I'm getting from all of this is that I just came back to one giant and complete clusterfuck.
Yes, and we lost our arcane inclined specialist as well. So we're now playing with less chips than we had before. And yeah, we caught the Wheel of Fortune completely by accident, and he's allegedly in prison right now, but we haven't actually checked on him in a few days.
Yeah, I don't know if trying to approach them as a friendly guy is going to work anymore.
I mean, do you just need someone to interact with them?
Well, I mean, we were really just kind of trying to infiltrate their group. I wasn't expecting to run into a card holder immediately.
So you just need someone that's able to sneak in.
It would certainly help at least keep track of them if we had someone on the inside.
I mean, if I knew how to get a hold of them, maybe.
And be a simple matter of disguising yourself as someone else, or
Yeah,
one of the
no,
guys to do it.
I'm not very good at that. No, I'm not. But I'll give it my best shot.
I mean, that would certainly be very helpful to have someone on the inside. But it would be dangerous, Con. I don't want to throw you into the wolves' den unless you feel you're prepared for it.
Devin, you got an empty room here.
Oh, he's top floor.
I'll be back in a moment.
Don't make a mess like last time.
Wasn't me. Can't prove it.
You were the only one in there for 2 weeks.
It could have been anybody.
Yeah, any one of you.
There's only one of me.
Yeah, we both know that's a fucking lie.
That's clever. I like it.
All right, so
Guilt
I'll,
business. Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
I'll come back in a half hour. So you guys see just a Tengu come back down.
Oh, I was gonna say if you're taking a half hour, then I was gonna take 10 minutes and cast Bountiful Banquet because we've been here for a while.
Yeah, if you see Khan, tell him we're waiting for him to come down.
Oh, well, right away. It is my great honor to serve you. And then I'll sit down in the same exact seat I got up from.
But
Yeah.
that's
So-
conceit.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Well,
I
is this-
know.
Is this group racist? Like, am I going to have issues?
What do you mean? Who are you?
Look, get.
I'm Khan's
did-
friend. He sent me down here to help you infiltrate. He had some touching business to go to attend to.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, no. I mean, I honestly, it's good to see people other than humans doing good stuff for the city.
Hmm. Well, I live here too.
I'm not a human.
Yeah, I mean the Day Watch. I'm taking a stab at the Day Watch.
The four-course feast ahead of you is all halal cuisine in alignment with Saranite cuisine. His Saranite historical cuisine and dietary restrictions. I'm stumbling over my own tongue today. So yeah, Lasar, a traditional Candlemark feast for you.
Yes. Very good. Thank you.
Neat.
There's
Oh.
food,
Um,
for
so-
food and drink for 14. Eat up.
I don't get it. Why don't all the people who just didn't order food before trying to force Agam to make all this food for them last minute, why don't they just cast Bountiful Bounty?
Well, if I wasn't going to do it in the bar, if they were already packed. That's why I sent Agam to see if they were open or not.
No, I'm saying, why don't they cast Bountiful Bounty, the people ordering food?
Ah, yes. So, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Alright, so do we know where they're operating from? I need to know a location in which I can try and join.
Actually, yes. The closest we got was the next city over. I forgot the name of the next city over.
According-
But
There's like 12 of them.
According to the birds, they teleport in the exact alleyway where Gik was attacked via card. Though if you're asking what the name of that particular farming village is, I do not recall because we still don't have a map for anything outside the city walls, and it's been a few weeks.
Anyway.
Ask Codex.
I forgot the name of that place.
It's the Grove, right? I thought it was. Or...
No. It was like the actual like city
Oh,
next to
Yeah,
is it Karnegion? Am I pronouncing that right?
the Grove is the Grove of the Orchards. It's the Groves, right? Is the
Right.
district that I got?
anyway, I'm assuming you tell me where. You just tell me where it's at.
Yeah. It is like the entire next city over, and it's not nearly as nice as this place.
No, it's a farming satellite village to the southwest. It's beyond the wall, beyond the Grove.
All right. Well, that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
Oh. I suppose I will attempt to see you. What day is it today? In 2 days from now, I'll be here.
All right, 2 days after Candlemark it is. We will see you over morrow.
Oh, hey, Devrin, and I get Kantu Tengu. What is your name? I haven't gotten your name yet, friend.
It's Zipper.
Zipper. Maybe you've noticed this too. So I was soaring over the city with Carnage the other day, and I noticed that sometimes when people are moving through the city, they sort of pop out and then pop back in somewhere further away.
Okay. DM, with my street smarts trait, would I actually know about this?
Which part do you want to? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I believe you still have to make a check, don't you?
I don't. I'm just asking if it would be like if that would help at all, since I know how to navigate the streets.
Oh yeah. It helps. Go ahead.
Yeah. So roll. Was it a knowledge local check?
Yeah, your about the these church people that are like going in Ningel?
No. The people just walking through the streets and then popping in one place and out another.
Yeah, that's the church people. Oh, you're referring to Gix teleporting thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
I was referring to that thing that I saw when
Yeah.
I was flying with Carnage.
Sorry, I was thinking about how they were disappearing in the alley, the church people.
Yeah, no. I was talking
Yeah.
about that because I specifically my thing says I know how to navigate the streets of the city.
Okay.
So I'd assume that'd be something my character would have found out about.
I'll let you keep onto that. That is a lot of checks actually, but local can be one of them.
Well, I only know checks. Like I'd assume like I would know like certain locations where it happens if it does.
Yeah.
Can you take a 20 on a knowledge check?
Well, because there's a penalty for failure. You can take
Uh,
10, but not 20.
I will join.
24.
Okay.
26 with assistance from Devron.
Okay. People have. It's like a passing rumor, kind of. Some people say that the city is like alive, that kind of nonsense. Some people say that as the city was growing and the first magistrix like took an interest in the fleetings of humanity, that he had installed certain things to like help people in life. And some people simply say that some kid drew teleport glyphs everywhere and it's fucked up everything ever since.
Hey, we've been training him to do better.
And it's just the idea that in times people might find themselves reaching their destination faster than one should because the city's like guiding people. It's some sort of like quality of life thing that's happened. Some people are aware of it, and some people who just are get used to it and think that's the way life should be. It's like kind of seamless how it happens, and it's hard to like purposely reenact.
Okay.
Since Zipper is sitting in the exact same spot as Cone was, that means he's within smell range. Does he smell completely different, or does any of his gear smell similar?
Let me take a look at the ability real quick, just to make sure I'm giving you the right thing.
By all means.
Where is it? It's called, what is it? Alright, just wanted to check that out.
I don't believe it does, but I'm gonna let Jason's.
I'm sorry, it just took me to the ninja trick instead of the one that I need. There it is.
Because I believe visually you're still treated as just simply disguise, as opposed to any like other deal.
It is actually 100%. Spells and abilities detect you as if you were this ordinary identity rather than either of my other identities.
Oh. And yeah, he threw on some like perfume to change his scent.
Yeah, I seem to be a completely mundane Tengu.
Interesting.
Sorry for the delay there. I wanted to make sure that we were saying the right thing.
interesting.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a vigilante ability. That's why.
I was wondering if it was vigilante. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm not actually a vigilante. I just have I have a specific archetype that gives me just that vigilante ability.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was like replace a ninja trick with a vigilante ability or something.
There is a ninja trick that will let you get it, but mine just straight up gives it to me and makes it easier to don and doff.
Yeah. No, that's useful.
So what you're saying is You're the master of disguise.
Yeah, that was the entire point. My character literally lies about everything.
I'm okay.
I know you're referencing the movie, right?
Oh no, I was totally gonna do a Turtle Club joke, but I'm like, nope, I'm gonna reel that in.
I know, I was thinking the same thing, and it's just such an awful joke, and yet for some reason that's the joke everyone remembers.
Because it was in all
Let's
of
see
the.
my armor. There's my
trailers.
armor right there, Chiefy.
Wasn't it in all the trailers?
Yeah, I think it was. That might be why. It's just something about it, like, it's not funny, but you can't look away from it.
It was symbolic of how the movie was going to play out, and so when you think of the movie, it's summarized into that one joke.
Yeah.
Let's see my arm. There's my arm right there, Chiefy.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna leave out, and I'll go try and since I can move at like basically full speed through the city with no stopping, thanks to my city sprinter. I'm just gonna head straight out towards the area and find a place to sleep there, so I can be ready in the morning when they get there.
Nice comfy alley.
Not the worst place I've slept.
So, I take it that you guys, like, finish up your drinks and you head out after, like, spending a fair amount of time reuniting and all that, and,
Oh yeah, bountiful banquet only lasts for 1 hour, so after that, I imagine everyone's sated because anyone who partook of the food is sated for 24 hours.
I'm no longer hungry. Thank you, Torgan, for that bountiful banquet.
You're welcome, brother. Would you like to go to temple and pray with me?
Of course.
Unis?
I didn't know that you prayed to Serenray. I thought that you prayed to Sobek.
Unis speaks too freely. We lived at the Temple of Serenray for a time. A show of respect. But Unis speaks too freely when he is able to speak.
Sorry, I get excited.
Oh, okay. I will pat Una's because it's too cute.
Unis preens his mustache. And we will go and pray for Candlemark. And then I will go to my estate with my dinosaur.
After they leave, I'm just gonna turn to Gick. I was in the plane of fire, and that place is more normal than this.
Honestly, I'm confused by the whole plane of fire talk. But it, yeah. Well, welcome back. Yeah, this is this is Edict Force.
Yeah, at 8.
You okay there, Jeffrey? You look kind of pale.
All right. Hold on.
Out there.
I said the plane of fire was normal. There's too much fire in this picture.
Okay, sorry.
What?
So, you guys, do, finish up your things for the night and you go to sleep, and after sleeping a fair bit of time, you wake up shortly thereafter and start pouring yourself a nice cup of tea. Where are you all heading then?
We didn't actually discuss meeting today at all.
I mean, it's just back to business as
Yeah.
normal for Devon.
Okay.
I back to the restaurant. I didn't show up. Agam's probably a little sore at me, but I'll make it up to him today by really putting my nose to the grindstone in case he has a fucking hangover.
He, I think he was too busy to go back to the drink.
Good.
It's like the kind of thing where, like, after that kind of work day, he like looks at the bottle like, I wanna, but the spirit is willing, but the body is weak.
The kids are probably tired too from the Candlemark rush, so Torgen, and to the God help him, Unis is gonna try to help, but basically Torgen is really gonna attack the kitchen today.
Alright. Con, you wake up in your alleyway.
Excellent. I will go to the place where they told me they had seen this preacher.
Alright. How did you want to go through the city gates? You're gonna try and sneak through, or what?
Give me a second.
Do you want a perception check so I can describe the city gates for you again?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember them, but if you want me to give a perception check, I will.
Perception check for the more of the things that you might want to keep a real eye out for, other than the vague description.
No problem.
So, at the point of like exit and entrance, like the actual point, there seems to be a guard in like a, let's just call it a toll booth because that's really all it is in the end. But it's some sort of like fortified structure that he can like go in and out through a door, and he's protected in for the most part. There's a little like portcullis like thing that goes up and down. You know what those are. There's a line of people trying to enter the city and like complaining, and you know it's like it's morning. You think some of these people probably like slept in their spots in the line. There's not that many people trying to leave the city. Like anyone that does leave, they just kind of leave. Like there's no real remorse for that. Some people get stopped if they're like carrying goods, but it just seems like if an adventurer crew is leaving, they just kind of like wave the guys and go through. Not that, yeah, I don't have to say anything because you are not the same character that went through here last time. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary for you then. And the people on the walls of the, like on the ramparts of the wall, you see some guards with like crossbows. There's a cannon up there, and you see a guard slip a ring on his finger, and he begins to like fly off to another end of the wall.
Good for him.
So there's a fair amount of people patrolling this section here.
I mean, sounds fair. Well, I mean, I'm just going to leave. I've done no crimes that they know about.
Yeah, are you in your like completely mundane form?
100%. I look just like a normal Tengu.
Then yeah, experience racism is one of them. Profiles you immediately. Just some guards like, you know, you saw him like just letting adventurers go through. This guard, was you're like pretending to leave, goes, "Hey there, buddy. Where are you heading off to?"
My master has sent me out in order to gather materials from his friend out here. And I'll roll a bluff.
Alright, go ahead. Alright, he rolls under you, so yeah, you pass. So he goes, so it's like you're coming back in a day thing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He just kind of like backs off because he just believes you to the point that like you can tell he's trying to harass you, but he doesn't know where to go from here. Like he's not quite bright enough to be like, oh shit, he has like valid reasoning. Oh no. So the guy like kind of like clicks his tongue and he's just like, all right, head off you.
Thank you, sir, for your time. And then I leave.
All right. So as you head through Ningel, you do find that the whole place is pretty off-putting compared to the nicer area. Like the less nice areas of this city are kind of the normal for this area here. It's just like you can tell that they have buildings similar to that of this place. Like of Karnegion, like the metropolis, they have nice buildings,
Yep.
but the actual people, like the people in Karnegion, like the less well off people are still just wearing like suits and stuff. They're torn and they're not nice or anything, but these people are wearing like just peasant clothes.
No problem. Well, they're not my attention anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Just letting you know what the scene's like. So you head
I
over
mean,
to this the alleyway in question, the one they described specifically to you, right?
I'm not. I'm not going to the alleyway. I'm going to wherever they preach at.
Oh, okay. You're going to that corner. You do not see the cleric there, though. You do still see like the setup for things that would be there.
I mean, he came. I'm assuming he comes around noon, so I'll just wait a little bit.
All right. And then yes, you do see in some time people begin to start gathering, like people who are like clenching like symbols, and you see that these symbols that are like clenching are like you can I'll let you write that perception since it's not terribly important. Give me a religion check. Actually, is what I should ask for.
Sure. I will. I will indeed give you that religion check. Eh. So it's a 2. I'm at a 10 because I'm not trained in it.
All right. Not for sure. You can tell that these are like similar to some of the more like you can't like you don't know what some of this stuff is, but you do see like some of them has like an Iomade sword, but like the sword is like broken, and they're like shooting it like a holy symbol.
Hmm.
Which I mean, with a 10, for all you know, that's just normal poor people things. They can't afford a nice symbol, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, you see some of the people like clenching symbols who show up early, then some more people just kind of show up and begin like taking seats while like getting like their like canteens and drinking from it, and eventually you do see like a man. How tall is your character? So I can say if he's shorter or taller than you.
I'm 4'9".
Okay, then yeah, he is taller than you. So I just want to say it in that sense because I really don't want to just be like he is 6 feet tall. You know, it's more weird to describe it that way to me.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So you see this fairly tall person with a very tan complexion like begin stepping up, and he has these like brilliant white robes that seem to be spoilt from the filth surrounding him. And unlike how they might have described him before, where he was seemingly by himself before, you can kind of obviously tell it's like a hand wave thing in the air thing. Like it's not you're not sure for certain at first that they're there, but you can tell that by the assuming you're sitting through a sermon that we don't need me to spiel on about.
Yeah, you're good.
That with them just standing there for the whole time, they are definitely with him. Which are you see two people like trying to like gauge how much a block is. Let's just say they're like a block away, but like in the sense that if this is like a corner, so like how the building's shaped like that, and he's here, they're like here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. All right.
You can smell it on her.
Sorry, just yawning.
It's all good.
So when he does this thing, is he calling on people or is he just preaching?
He's just like preaching a general like
I remember the speech.
yeah.
So, I will step forth and I'll go. You state what your god has for these other gods, but what about for the common people? Why would we care about what the gods do? It doesn't really affect us in the long run, as far as I can tell. We're still poor. We're still working hard every day.
And he goes, "We suffer because that's what the gods want us to be. They want us to be in a state of misery so that we're forced to pray for better alternatives. But if we take them down, if the true God is brought about, life on earth will be paradise.
Can I make a sense motive to see if he actually buys what he's selling?
Yeah, go ahead. That is a straight DC 20 since he's not like out of character. It's just a straight DC since he's not actually lying.
I have a plus 20 sense motive.
Then you can't fail. Then yeah, he really believes the stuff he's saying.
And I say, so your god will make things better for us?
He goes, "No more will anyone will go thirsty or hungry. No more will little ones die in their sleep because they couldn't afford the medicine for a disease that the gods themselves refuse to eradicate.
Because your god will provide.
My god will make whole all."
Define make whole.
I'm trying to think of a nice way to say the. Yeah, he's essentially will like retort down to the basis. I'm trying not to make this longer than it has to be. Sorry,
I got you.
we could go back and forth for a long time making debating this fake religion. But yeah, he kind of explains in his long rambunctious tone that that everyone on the planet will no longer suffer, and that when the time for you to die passes, you will live forever under this god's care, kind of thing.
And what of false rulers, such as this supposed new magistrix and the Lord Reclos?
Yeah, he'll again state something along the lines of like how they'll be the first to suffer. That those who have so much and yet provide so little for their people, who use their positions of power to simply become an authoritative figure which takes and not gives, or gives not would be the right way to say that.
Well, I go, well, if that is to be the case, but your god is trapped, then surely it falls to the people to help free them. How are you working on that? How are you working to free your god?
Again, he'll go something along the lines of, "Trust in me, child, that we have already worked on our way, and that our plans shall soon come to fruition. It is up for you in the meantime, the common folk, the folk who have been so oppressed by these gods, to weaken them, to perform your prayers not for them, but against them. For only then will they have the lack of power necessary to keep this god sleeping."
I see.
In
So-
this sense, he's ignoring your thing,
But if
kind of.
if this is truly a god that you truly believe in, then you must have a church or a place of worship.
So now Al will sense motive you because it's only the fair thing to do here to make sure.
Yeah, I'll make my deception check, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bluff. Not the best.
All right, man. Where do your loyalties lie?
Does he actually want to find out where my loyalties lie?
Yeah, I have an ability that tells me where your loyalties lie.
Like, what do you mean by loyalties? Like, straight up?
Like the things that you stand for and what you would do in those cases, kind of scenario.
I guess my loyalties stand with my family, and that's about it. Anything else, I'm willing to straight up forego if it ensures that they survive.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the specific wording from the feat.
Okay.
I get a hunch in order to intuit what god, government, leader, or patron are creatures you are loyal to or worship.
Okay. I'm against the government.
Mm.
I work for the Thieves Guild, and my god is Mask, who I guess technically may or may not exist. My character isn't 100% sure. All he knows is that, hey, that guy that taught him how to fight told him he does, so might as well. And technically he gets abilities, but it's technically extraordinary ability, not a supernatural ability.
Hmm.
Even though it is based around the worship. of a god.
But with that main part, like he can tell that you do like worship a god actively enough. Like, is it strong enough that you think that like it's not a strong thing that he could turn you over, or is he getting the idea that you're harassing him because you're trying to be like, this is nonsense you're spouting?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, like I said, my character doesn't actually need to worship any particular god. If anything, he only has one like supernatural ability. He has one supernatural ability, which again isn't even it's not even a cleric ability. It's just a key ability.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, what with him like after debating with him for a long time back and forth as the crowd's like watching. I mean, technically, a sermon can be done this way. You know, it is.
yeah, I am legitimately trying to figure it out though, since he's doing a whole bunch of double speak.
Okay, that's fair. That's good for you to mention then.
Yeah, good.
And then yeah, his response in that case would be more akin to how the church is open for all for who are willing to accept it. I can tell that you are not quite ready, but perhaps one day, my child.
There we go. Well, how would you know? Do you demand blind obedience? Shall your font speak up and question?
Okay, I think he would actually say that. He goes, obedience, be it blind or not, is not the way that you perceive it to be. There is the blind obedience of believing in what is and what shall be, but the intentions behind it are not as it may seem to you as it does to me. My beliefs maybe differ from others within the church, but we both agree that the unborn God shall be born.
How do you know? What gave you the faith in that?
He will do that stupid stance that you see his images in, the big like white eyes open thing, and the
Mhm.
gem of his belt will like glow a bit as he goes, for I have spoken with he, and he has given me the blessing of his ring.
There you go. The reason I ask is because I've seen the clerics of other gods do their works. If I'm to truly believe that your god exists and works for you, show me their power. Anybody can come up and tell me about a supposed god, but only a cleric can truly act within the power of that god.
Fair enough. He he stands there for a moment as if talking with himself. Like you can see his face contort slightly, and people are like, you hear some murmurs of how people think like, did you like prove him wrong or something? And some people are saying like, I've seen him do magic only clerics can do, and someone goes, what if he's a false priest? And he raises a hand towards you, and you can give me a will save.
Yep, just give me a second here.
He passively fucking funny because I'm using my strongest spell on you.
All right. Well, I am part monk,
Yeah,
but I don't got a huge will save. 25.
you almost passed. Then yeah, he does a simple dominate monster on you, which doesn't necessarily say he's a cleric, but in the sense that he like puppets you around, and he doesn't do anything.
Oh, hold on, wait. It's a dominate ability?
Yeah.
I think I have something for that.
Oh, cool. If you got a +2, you pass.
Sorry, just gotta give me a second here.
Well, while he's looking for
No, I got a +1.
Ah,
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got on me.
alright, then he puppets you around and like makes you say things and whatnot, and from what your vague memory of being dominated like is just him basically saying that these are powers that he did not have before the ring, and how it is his god that gave him these powers, etc. Um, just because you're a pretty perceptive guy even while being dominated, it's just the fact that he'll even say that if you really wanted the demonstration of true clerical magic, he could kill you and raise you back, but he's not a monster. And, out of character, that's expensive for him.
Yeah.
But, yeah. For your character, you'll just, regain control, where he just basically, at the end of his sermon, told you to, help pack up things, and then once they were packed up and everything, you just stood there until the domination wore off. So, not
They're
a
not.
not a nice way to win a debate.
Well, he didn't really win the debate.
No,
All
not
he told
really.
me was all that proved was that his ring's what gives him his power. And if we can get that, no more power.
Yeah, different.
So until it wears off. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Dominate Monster lasts for days per level.
Yeah, that's fair. I should have him. No, I think it wasn't it hour.
No, I mean
let me check again.
it's like Dominate Person, correct?
I'm looking it up right now.
Check again. Yeah, you're right. In Pathfinder, it's days. Yeah, then he'll snap it off
Yeah,
before he goes to sleep.
that's a 9th level spell.
Yeah, he'll snap it off before he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
So Khan's day is ruined. But back in Karnegion, what are you four up to? Were you just having? Oh, go on.
Yeah, Gig's just up to the normal day-to-day business. There's nothing special going on. I mean, depending on how much time passes, I mean, eventually Gig's gonna try to get people together to try and discuss what to do about the chest again.
Did you want to have that conversation then?
I mean, Gig will give it a week, so as long as the week hasn't passed, then Gig is willing to let it sit for a week before he's like, we need to do something about the chest.
All right. That since you're giving it some time, and you people are just kind of going through your day-to-day lives, is that right, everybody? Well,
Yeah.
I'm not hearing a no.
Making sure people know that I'm back, and at least within the guild.
I'm back. Also, I'm married. Here's your wedding invitation. It already happened.
Well, wasn't really gonna bring that up all that much to most people, but yeah.
Okay. Lasar.
Yes.
To let you know what a cool guy Reclo is, if someone were to escape his dungeon that you put in there, you'd think Reclo would inform you. But no, you see Fortune walking into your shop.
Fortune?
You see Leo Black, that guy you
Leo.
arrested.
Yeah, what the fuck was his name again?
Leo.
Yeah. Oh, great. This guy.
I feel I must say this. I mentioned way back when that I did have people watching his shop constantly.
Then they'd probably start running off to inform you. So Lasar, again, this guy walks in your shop. Is there anything that, you just stand there like you normally do, or what? This is the second of these people just going into your shop.
Yeah. I'll just watch him.
Yeah, he walks up to you. But I'm sure the counter is between the two of you, right?
Yes.
And he'll stay, rather plainly. Well, he goes, from the interactions that we've had, I believe you to be the more level-headed of all of those. And then he clicks his tongue, trying to think of a nice way to say it. And he goes, "Folks." And he goes, "Am I incorrect in this assumption?"
I wouldn't say incorrect. I like to maintain my distances from certain events. And I believe that would have the illusion of me being more level-headed. I am very well traveled. I'm very curious. I wasn't expecting to see you around here again.
And he leans on, and he goes, "Well, did you really think that putting someone like me in a dungeon wouldn't lead to this situation here?"
Not really. I would suspect having you in a dungeon would be the end of this situation.
He goes, "I must admit, I was scared for a moment. I mean, I've never met someone who was just so eager to do such things, but..." Then he pauses for a moment, and he just goes, "Let's just say I'm very lucky." And he goes,
Very lucky indeed.
he goes, "Now, for the time being, I still don't have my card." And he takes his thumb and his index finger and licks them with his tongue, and he rolls in and he pulls out a card, not the card that he has, but from a deck. He just pulls out a card from a deck in his vest pocket.
Oh, like a random card.
Yeah, like a random card. And
Okay.
As he holds it kind of threateningly, he he's about to hit you with it. He then slowly lowers it and hands it to you, and goes, "What do you think the chances are of me pulling out a similar say is the four of spades or something? What do you think the chances of me pulling out a signature of this would be?"
Well, given what little I know about you, I would probably say the odds are pretty well.
He goes, "Well, you'd be right. And instead of showing off, he'll just put it back in since you believe him." And he goes, "I don't want to be an enemy with you. So I'm going to..." And he kind of strains saying this, and he goes, "Forgive you for doing that. After all, it was the fool's fault for setting us off on such bad terms with one another. And I'm willing to put this whole thing behind me if you can convince them to give me back my card."
I will try to convince him to give you your card back. Oh, I do not know. Actually, I'm gonna play dumb here. I wouldn't have any idea where your card would be.
Oh, okay. So what would be your... Is that your sentence there? You don't have any idea?
But you seem to mention that he give you. Hang on 1 second, guys.
That's fine. So while he's fixing up his mic and or doing whatever in real life, Deverin, you getting your a message from your Roby boy some minutes later. He's probably going to leave before you get there, since this conversation is going on terribly long.
Yeah. But I'll still get a few guys and make my way in that direction.
Yeah, going right.
Just for safety reasons.
Well, you seem to have mentioned an individual having your card. It's unfortunate. I wouldn't know who that individual would be, or the whereabouts of your card for that matter.
Yeah, Fortune goes,
I hate you so fucking much. Go away. Go back to bed. Or I will put you to bed, old man.
Is that for me or Fortune or someone in real life?
My dad. That's for my dad.
Okay.
My apologies.
Sorry, I'm sure you're messing about with your father. Leo will go. Yes, well, it could be that Reclos was lying about having it. But someone has it. And I know at one point your group possessed it, so he kind of like hands like a hand, like the Italian speaking way, like he's just telling you, like, his hands moving with the way he talks here. He goes, just go get it. And we can be friends even. Do you like playing poker? I love it.
More of a blackjack fan myself.
And Leo begins like standing up from leaning on the counter and preparing to leave. He goes, I'm not against playing blackjack, but it's terribly boring. And as he's like opening the door, he goes, you always get 21. And he closes it.
What a peculiar fellow.
And then some minutes later, I'm sure Devon comes in with his level 4 goons.
Hey. Level 4s are used for important things. These guys are only level 3.
Okay.
But no, if the place isn't burning, I'll just leave.
Oh, you don't even come in?
I mean, are there
He-
people
He
surrounding
stops
the
just short of
building?
the door. He's just, no flames. We're good.
Like, for... He
That
could,
distinct smell of death?
No.
Okay, he's good.
he could have still been in there, and you're just like, well, nothing's happening, bye.
So, okay, that wasn't Lutherdel?
No, that Luthadell's dead.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, if it was Luthadel, then Devon would have came in and shot him
Yeah.
a lot.
So, Ryan, you can inform the party that Leo is somehow free, but is more than happy to let it be known that he doesn't have his card.
I'll let them know that. Okay, do your guys actually come in?
Is there a window on your front door?
You have
Yeah,
like
there'd be
a display window, don't you?
You would have seen us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, well, you would have seen Devon. At the very least.
Oh, I'm sure. Lasar's been in your, like, restaurant bar thing enough to know what your goons look like. He has been there, like, 8 times.
True.
So, would Lasar, like, go out to, like, say hello to Devon, or would you just be like, that's, look, I'm really popular today, and not make any fuss about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go out and I'll be like, Devon, what brings you about these parts? Certainly it wasn't for seeing Leo just leave my establishment.
Do you want the truth or a story?
I do like stories, but I do like the truth.
Well, I was shopping for a new hat, and yes, I was.
Ah.
Yeah,
I like you,
nifty little
Devon.
thing.
You're funny.
It's right to be. You have to in this city.
Yeah.
Yeah, nifty little thing. Don't tell the others. All of you are being watched constantly.
That certainly makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, well, the people
And
that are
but
watching
one
you are
person.
friendly.
Leo was just here, and it was very peculiar to see him walking about. He made some mention that it wasn't peculiar for him to be walking about, but he was very perturbed that he is missing his card. I told him I didn't know where it was at.
Alright. I'm guessing Torgan or Gick may know.
Quite possibly, but he did mention Lord Reclos, and I have seen Lord Reclos handle cards before, and I have a very... I'll stop you I'll stop myself right there because I don't know, like, looking around, I'm pretty sure I don't see Leo, like, walking in the distance.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know where he went. I don't know the extent of his powers. So,
He did have a lot less stuff on talking to you now than when you first met him. He hasn't gotten any of his crap back.
yeah. So no scythe.
He never had a scythe. That's Luthadel.
That was Luthadel. My bad.
So I guess we need to go have a word with Torgan and Gek then.
I mean, like, like when
Yeah,
he was like
probably.
leaning
Just to
on.
let them know that he's
Uh,
walking around.
Yeah, I was referring to
Joy.
like when he was like leaning on his counter and stuff. Like you saw like the rings he had around his hands. Like those were all gone. You took them and sold them. He hasn't gotten them back.
Awesome. Love it.
I hope he doesn't come to my fucking restaurant. Unis is wearing his armor all the time.
If you wouldn't even be able to like take it back because even if you like wrestled it off of Unis, he's like, "What the fuck did you do to it? This doesn't fit me now."
It's not true. It fits any creature of the right size category. Oh no, I'm sorry. Actually, I think it fits any creature.
Oh, does
Hold
it?
on.
I'll tell you what, chap. You go finish your business at the store. I'll go tell the others to meet at the Nightingale later. Alright?
Okay.
You put a tail hole in it.
Yeah, a fitting shield or suit of armor instantly shrinks or grows to suit the size of any creature that picks it up unless currently worn by another creature.
Okay. Still, I don't see him wrestling that off of Unis with him having like no items.
Not likely.
And I'll go tell Torgan and Gek that we need to have a meeting at the Nightingale tonight.
All right. Before the night falls, Torgan, did you want to use Speak with Haunt?
Well, I was more positing that to the group. Like, do we have specific questions we want to ask? Because Gick said he wanted to talk about the haunt. I was trying to slip that in there so we could talk about before I prepare my spells, but I've got it prepared today because, spoiler alert, there aren't a lot of good 4th level cleric spells other than Blessing of Fervor. Yeah. So I mean, since Gick said he wanted to talk about the haunt, I do have Speak with Haunt prepared today, but we would definitely need to discuss what the fuck are we actually asking it before we start. Because the last time I tried to speak with something, someone else asked the questions for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that was like you were opening it to the group kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss what we're going to ask, but I also ask it.
Yeah. So if you were to cast it this time, I'm now aware that only like the question. Just tell me this is the question I'm asking, and then say it before I
So in this case, how many? I've never cast this before because spoiler alert, haunts don't normally fucking come up. One question per two, so we would get 3 questions. I am chaotic neutral, so if the haunt is true neutral, chaotic neutral, or chaotic evil, it does not even get to attempt a will save, so it would have to tell the truth. So assuming these pirates were chaotic evil in death, or
Yeah.
are chaotic evil in death, then we're gonna get honest answers. Though they're
Yeah.
still angry spirits.
Yeah, they're chaotic evil. Is it more than one step? Yeah, so 2 or more. Yeah. So yeah, they don't get a will save.
If they're more than 1 step away, I'm chaotic neutral, so they would not get a save. So we're gonna get 3 honest questions, but they're gonna be brief and cryptic because they're an angry evil spirit.
Yeah.
So we need to think about what we're going to ask. But we can get 3 honest answers.
I mean, Gick just wants to know if it's aware it's violated the law.
I'll try to work that into a meaningful question.
We have to Mirandize the haunt.
Sup right there, Colonel Scum.
So, did you want to cast a spell, or are you waiting to gather up 3 questions?
I'm waiting to gather up 3 questions.
Okay.
Also be gathered because I'm diegetically I'm still at my bar.
Okay.
But based on my natural 20 knowledge religion, Torgan seems relatively certain that the only way we're going to dispel this haunt is by throwing this fucking rock chest into the ocean, and that's kind of prohibitively far away. So it's easier just to leave it in a corner for now until I can just yeet it and myself to the elemental plane of water. And back.
Oh.
But if we want to ask it something more specific, we have the option.
I mean, is that the only question people want to know? Is that knows it broke the law?
In
Actually, I
character,
got one.
I would say in character, that's the only thing Gick wants to ask.
Okay. Well, go on, Ryan.
Who placed it there? Or unless like we already know that as like players.
We don't exactly.
Yeah, you don't exactly know, but from I think like Jason knocked out one of them, so he's still alive. So you could have questioned that guy, and that's something that could have happened over the week. So just to fill you in, is they got it while adventuring in like an underwater dungeon off the coast of some city, and that was like in the big treasure room. And they're like, well, it's a giant chest full of cash. In order to open it, they needed like a bunch of skeleton keys because none of them could pick the lock. So they just carried it on over to their house where they had more keys. It was just jumbled up of locks, and like by the time they got through towards like the end of the thing, they ran out of these skeleton keys. And skeleton keys are this item that fits any lock, but they only work for every lock once.
Okay, so we want to know how they came to be where they are now. All right. And if anything would persuade or convince them to move on to the boneyard in Pathfinder terminology. We have a third question if anybody wants it, other than are you aware that you violated the law?
How do we destroy you?
That might be a bit direct.
They do technically have to answer it, though.
They do. That's fair. All right. Well, we've got a working framework. So, if you've all gathered Torgan and brought him to the Nightingale, where the chest is not, then we've gathered at the Nightingale to listen to Devon, as I understand it.
Okay, so to the Nightingale first, then.
Nah, I mean, I would have just told you to have a meeting at the Nightingale tonight. And if I wouldn't seen Torgan before Gick, could have very easily brought the box to the Nightingale.
I mean, I'll describe the chest again, but it's really heavy. When they move it, it only goes like 5 feet.
It's a pain in the ass to move it. We did that shit once. It wasn't worth it. I didn't prepare communal ant haul today.
Okay.
But so depending on what time of day you grab Torgan, if it's before the meeting with Devon at the Nightingale tonight, then yes, we could drop by the Shades and speak with Haunt. Give it a whirl.
honestly, Devon has nothing to do with the box.
I know. I was more asking if there was anything else we were doing first, or I should proceed. Fair enough.
I think you're good to proceed, yeah.
All right. So, to verbalize the question of how did they come to be where they are now, Torgon will say to the chest, after casting Speak with Haunt for 10 minutes, uh, spirits of pirates lost at sea, you are very far from the ocean shores. What port did you call home?
Okay. Let me say this whole thing. Don't get angry. It's just description for the most part. So, as you cast the spell and you begin to ask your question, you see the chest rattle a bit, and it opens up, and you see like a skeletal, like pale, ectoplasmic hand crawl out, as like a cutlass and another hand comes out, and you see the pirate captain's head of it, and the skeleton begins coming out, and more like some crab claw barnacle creature starts coming out. As they're like getting ready to like assault you, they go and they into like tiny little ghost things, and they're like, oh, they can't. They're like they were trying, like the haunt was like trying to enact itself, and it doesn't realize that you are now just you're communing directly to the spirits inhabiting it. So you see a few of these like babyfied ghost creatures. They're like boos instead of like full on ghosts.
The stone gargoyle at my side is applauding and telling me, and only me, that it's very, very, very pleased to see these adorable ghosts.
Just, just a boof, an eye patch, a pirate head, and a tiny little cutlass with a cork on the end. So,
Note.
oh, go on.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say. Note to self: get cuffs that can go on ghost hands.
Eventually, Unis will be able to attack ghosts. Someday.
My God, wouldn't that be great? Haunt tries to attack you, you just eat it. Could you repeat your question so I don't get it wrong?
My question was, I prefaced it with spirits of the pirates lost at sea. You are far from the ocean's shores at this point. From what port did you call home? Is my first question.
Okay. You get a kind of jumbling of answers, though I will tell you the one that's the loudest, which is the captain's if you want. But if you want a perception check, or you don't even really have to, it's just the fact that all the ghosts kind of answer the question, but less. The captain's the loudest. Like, if you really want to know, he'll tell you, but for the most part, I'm just trying to explain. Of the jumbling of answers, it sounds like they came from various places, all the ghosts in this thing. And the captain of the haunt will explain that he is from the actually, I think the land he says, if you want to give me a history check, it would be like, Tangong or something, but like that place is gone off the map now.
Can I make history? I can. I have a whopping 16 in history. Wait, that's after taking 10, by the way.
Okay, 16.
Yes.
No, your history of like the barbarian kings and stuff are kind of fuzzy because like why wouldn't it be fuzzy? The time of barbarian kings was just constant political shifting and war, but you're pretty sure the area he mentioned is now part of Tanglong, and like that thing that he said isn't like a. It used to be like it's not like a province of this country. It's no longer there. The fact that he refers to his port as this country, this town is more of a symbolism. This more symbolic of the fact that he sailed like hundreds of years ago.
Hmm. That sounds like a TN word. We talk in the Far East here?
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. That was a question to you, now to the
No,
spirit.
no, yeah, no.
My, that's quite a distance and quite a long time. Uh, what can you tell me about the circumstances that led to you finding yourself bound to a treasure chest?
Again, the spirits will, shout like betrayal, traitors, blah blah, and the captain says mutiny.
Hmm. Mutiny. Betrayal's a disgusting thing. Final question, Captain. By what means, other than getting your current form back into the ocean waters of a kingdom that no longer exists, can we purge your cursed spirits from the valuables before us?
The other ghosts, been saying stuff, but it'll like turn to them with its little like corpse cutlass, make them shut up. As it turns to you, goes, "Bring the treasure to our bodies, or bring my body to the treasure. Either way, it's mine forever." And with that third question, that's all you got, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, it'll begin forming into like its like bigger form again as it prepares. Like it loses the cork on its cutlass as it becomes like ragged, jagged, and sharp, and begins to try to cut you. And you see the ghost getting sucked in, and as it's about to swing at you, it gets sucked into the chest in the way that like he gets like 180'd into it, like he sandwiches into it, and his bones like quirk around as he's trying to like swing at you, and the chest will just shut on his hand as a little skeletal hand falls out of the chest and turns into like an ectoplasmic mist.
Oh, well, apparently we would need his body, or we need the ocean. That was not as helpful as we could have been, but there you go. We can ask him more questions in a week.
Welcome back, Devin.
That was cool to see.
I mean, the ocean option seems probably more likely than the body option.
Indeed, indeed.
I like the idea of you getting a kiddie pool, filling it with salt water, throwing the chest in, and then activating the spell again, going, "This is good enough, right?" There's like some of the booze playing in the water, and the captain's like, "No."
Yeah, well, like I said, until we can get some bigger, juicier spells, either we effectively have to pass this off to somebody else, or it's gonna sit in the corner and just stay there and be a prisoner for a long time.
Now,
I mean,
as
if
I,
you
like,
want,
oh, go on.
that's what the goons are for.
The ocean's a long way. Are you comfortable? You might lose some goons.
I mean, they're goons.
Fair.
Okay, so let me say, I love the idea of it just being a decoration piece for the next couple of levels, just to make your place look cool. Like, yeah, that's our haunted pirate chest. But also, Devin, like, unless you like, you'd have to like kind of funnel in some money to like give him a cart and like to hide it and everything, because just like even just a cart, just a giant locked up treasure chest, that's just asking to get robbed.
That's why I send a few goons.
Okay.
Maybe hire a guard for them.
You know, it's perfectly safe where it is. We can just sit on it until 6th level spells come along, or we can ask the Magistrix, who deals with undeath all the time to the point where she has undead butlers, to come down and talk to some pirates and deal with some pirates.
Hey, Lady Magistrix, it's your favorite Rakshasa tiefling.
Do you
I'm
wanna?
saying it's an option, or we can leave it in the cell and just not use this cell for several levels. Those are the options I see.
Lady Magistrix, come here.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to Christine. I'm not.
You want a haunted treasure chest?
Now again, just from me like saying why it would be cool to have the treasure chest. Imagine you get arrested and in the cell next to it is a haunted treasure chest. You know not to fuck with these guys any further. So yeah, Lasar, did you want to go to Magistrix's?
Not yet.
Yeah, we still gotta go to Deverance tonight.
All right.
I'm lunch friendly with her, but not. Yeah, sure. Stop by whenever friendly with her.
All right. Before I shove everyone into the next scene, Gek, was there something you wanted to do?
No, I'm good.
All right. Yeah. The hand of God pushes everyone into the next scene.
Could the Hand of God wait 5 minutes so I can take a bathroom break?
Yeah. Everyone want to get some stretch and get some water and stuff.
Thank you.
I think Jason's also out at the moment, but let's take a 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
I'm kind of relieved that chest wasn't like total plant. I like our enemies.
It's good to know it wasn't some plot beyond just some random dudes found a chest.
I mean, hey, it may come back later on that it might be.
If it comes back, it comes back. But at least its origins weren't nefarious.
Right, like that's honestly that. I feel like that line of questioning went great. Admittedly, I did zone out. Did pirate captain reveal where his body lies?
I don't think so. I mean, it's
That's
probably
a good
somewhere in the
question to
ocean.
ask it next week. He's gonna give us actual like coordinates, and we're gonna be like, nah, fuck that.
I'm sure the captain doesn't know that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like finding the body is infinitely more difficult than finding an ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, pirate captain, where was your body last line? Well, if you go 27 minutes north of.
Well, 27 minutes by whose standards?
Oh
Are
no,
we in a rowboat?
he would use actual like nautical grids.
Well,
He would tell us.
it could definitely depend. Like, I mean, like his knowledge of seafaring may, and like depending on what system his country uses, because we're not talking about modern standardized world. We're talking about like
As
medieval, like
well, this is, I mean, apparently he came from hundreds of years in the past.
yeah,
Right.
yes. The star charts might have shifted too for him.
Star charts, technology, trade routes. Yeah, it would be easier to find a needle in a haystack.
I'm back. What happened here?
Oh, we were just discussing how difficult it would be to find his body.
Locate object.
That has a limited range.
True.
I mean,
He's
can't
gonna give us like actual. I was joking. He's gonna give us like actual like nautical coordinates, and we're gonna be like,
It's a
Nah,
puzzle.
fuck that.
Figure it out. I was referring to your nautical coordinates thing. Like I'm gonna make you guys like. I'm gonna give you like real nautical coordinates, and you have to point to me where in the ocean the body is.
this is now an ARG.
I was thinking of just making you guys point at a map. No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get like a skeleton from what's that place called with the like it's like a craft store. It's a name.
Joanne Fabrics, Michaels.
Yeah, Michaels. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. I'm gonna get like a skeleton from Michaels and just chuck it into the ocean, and I'm gonna make you guys die for it. We are no longer an RPG. We're a LARP.
All right, I'm back.
Is everyone back?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, first of all, welcome back, everybody. And secondly, you guys want to go to the bar, or is there something you guys wanted to say beforehand?
I'm good to move to the bar.
I was gonna say the only thing left we could possibly do with the haunt. Lasar, do you or do you not? And I may have asked this before. Forgive me if I have. Do you have Disrupt Undead? It's a cantrip.
do not
All right.
have.
I was gonna say, if you did, then would have an unlimited supply of positive energy damage, and we could just suppress the haunt by depleting its HP, and that would let us open the chest just to see what the treasure is without setting the haunt off, and then we could see if it's even worth our consideration. But that's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
Well,
I assume like as you people are like gathering at the crying nightingale. Don't worry, Devin. I remember. And as you're going to the whiny bird, and people are gathering
Oi!
and getting their drinks. I'm sure people like
The whiny bird, I love it.
so. As you people gather and take your seats, the last member to join you guys at the Tower for Koro is one Khan Mendax, who has been probably your legs are hurting after just standing still for like hours.
meh. They don't know that.
Yeah, I just figure
All
it's
right.
more of the fact like you come in late and looking pissed off.
Well, I did say I wasn't going to be here till tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
but I did after that bullshit. I'm not trying again.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
So did you learn anything interesting, boy?
Well, after talking with Zipper, I've come up with some information that may be useful. He doesn't believe they actually have any clerical abilities. They believe that the ring he has is what grants him the spells, perhaps from an alternate source, perhaps somebody pretending to be a god. What we do know is that he can cast very high level magic, as he forced Zipper to clean up his area before making him stand there for half a day.
Interesting.
So I have decided to kill them all.
As one does.
But he believes, and as such so do I, that if we are able to get the ring off of this particular one, we'll be good to go. But he does have companions that are invisible beside him.
Let me interject there. They weren't invisible. They were standing far off.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like invisible, which is why it was being hard to see them.
No, it's in the sense that like, imagine a person like just plain normal looking fellow, like off on a street corner away from an event, and then try like recollecting the fact that he's still there after half an hour. Like people blend in.
Gotcha. Yes, but his two little bodyguards do not go far. I doubt going after that particular person will be our way in. Although I don't think they're so much as they are just trying to get people to do things. Specifically, worship, make prayers against their gods. And you know how unlearned yokels go.
Interesting. Well, at the very least, it's a place to start.
I also believe I know why he wants, why Lord Reclos wants these people captured and dead.
We'll do share.
Oh,
I was waiting for like yeah. They are specifically talking about killing the people in charge as well, and Lord Reclos does not seem to be the type of person that would take kindly to those types of threats.
oh.
I should know. Anyway,
You know, this used to be a nice city. Before all of you got here.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, that's the right answer there.
No.
We just used to be ignorant of all the bullshit going on underneath its surface.
First off, we're involved in that bullshit.
No, we're still on the surface. The Thieves Guild operates above ground. I mean, if we've got badges. Well, cards, licenses. We're part of the system whether we want to be or not.
Hell, you give people receipts for robbing them.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, you weren't here for the first time I said that. Yeah. If you're about to get robbed and you've been robbed your quota for the year, you can pull out the receipts and not be robbed.
That's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
We may be thieves, but we have a code.
And we kind of have to have a code since our organization is actually a legal one.
Yeah.
The simple fact of the matter is, Devlin, despite no matter how we put it, the two of us were just content to rake in the cash and not look anywhere else.
Oh, that's what I mean. I was all nice and good before these two fuckers showed up.
Oh,
And,
well.
well, I suppose 3, because I don't ever remember seeing you in the city, Lassar.
Been here for years.
Well, yeah, but we never really crossed paths, is what I mean.
I mean,
Which is a bit odd considering we have similar friend groups.
Yeah,
But,
there's
oh
no.
well.
I mean, he looks just like an average tiefling, doesn't he? You might have seen him. But regardless, I mean, at the end of the day, somehow we've ended up being as the only competent people that are wholly incompetent trying to take down this group. And we're not even truly sure what their end game is. We don't know if they're actually summoning a god or if they're just going for civil discourse using high-level magic. They don't seem to be recruiting, so we can't infiltrate them. We know next to nothing about them, other than they seem to be evil. I mean, do we know anybody who actually has any idea about them? Running headlong into a wall, blind at this point.
I don't.
Yeah. So the real question is, if they're not recruiting, where are they getting these soldiers from? Are they... It could be that they're dominating them as they did my friend Zipper, and would probably be the most likely candidate, but if... I'm assuming you guys told us about your previous encounters with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if the one person who believed themselves to be able to be whisked away after being harmed is to be believed, then these people are willing participants. But then there are people like the gardener who aren't. So, how do they decide who's a willing participant and who's not? And how do they recruit the willing participants?
Hmm.
Isn't that kind of what we were hoping Zipper would find out?
Yeah, except this person didn't just wanted blind obedience and immediately moved to read Zipper's mind to find out about who he held loyalties to. So the only way to infiltrate them would be to actually be willing to join them, but somebody willing to join them would not assist us.
Oh, that's a
So
problem.
we would need a way. So the only thing I can think is that we would need a way in which to fake loyalties or trick the magic they have.
Doesn't seem likely.
No.
I wonder if we follow Leo, that would leave us any answers.
I thought he was imprisoned.
Yeah, what about him?
Oh yeah, no, that's the other reason why we're all here talking.
Yes, the other day he came into my shop. I had actually
That was
mentioned to
earlier
him,
today.
earlier today.
Man,
Well,
sometimes
what the
you
Been
hell
a
are
lot
we all,
yesterday.
we all sitting here for? That trail's getting colder the longer we sit.
All right. You guys want to track him down? I'm gonna go see Lord Reclos about how he might have escaped.
I don't
Bird's
think.
working out.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
Oh.
entirely certain he escaped.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. He was
Well,
speaking rather cryptically. He does not have his card in his possession, which is all the more better.
so you guys try and track him down. I can go see if he has escaped. I'm no good at tracking. Is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
What exactly did he want while he was in your store, Lasar?
Honestly, I believe that he just stopped into. He had thought that I knew the whereabouts of where his card was at. I told him I didn't, and he said that if I was to find it for him, then perhaps he would be able to forgive me, and that we can be, as he said, friends. I have no want or reason to be friends with the likes of him. However, he did not appear to have any immediate malice in his visit. I did also notice that he does not have, as you would assume, that he has actually not gotten his possessions back. So no rings, no card, no armaments from what I could have seen. Certainly no armor. Looks at Unis.
The stone gargoyle dinosaur just waves at you, but it tells your snake it's very comfortable.
He says it's very comfortable.
Oh, I bet. It fits him like a glove. It's like he's wearing nothing at all.
I thumbs up to Unis. But yes, Torgan, I do appreciate the urgency and I do understand the need for it, but he is long gone, but I have given the birds a very detailed description of him.
Oh, he's not long gone. If you saw him earlier today, then the trail's only, what, 6 hours cold at most?
It's only 8 hours cold, but
I mean, 8 hours cold, that's 26. Could I pull that off? Survival, with guidance from Unis and Deadeye's lore, which I do have prepared because it's a really cheap spell and it's useful as fuck.
Is this your character like mathing this out at the bar, or are you like going over and seeing if you would do it?
A little bit of both.
Okay. So you're heading over to begin the track, and the other guy's heading over to go to the Reclos.
Yep.
Okay. So, do you want me to do the tracking first, or do you want to do the math and we'll do Reclos first?
Lasar has to go, right, at 11?
Yeah, I was gonna try to wrap up the game soon.
Yes, so, yeah, Lasar, which way are you going?
I don't want to be caught shadowing Leo
I know where your
just
shop
because. Yeah,
Alright, so you're
I
gonna go...
don't want to be caught, like, actively shadowing him.
So you're gonna go with
So
me?
I'm going to go
Sorry, go ahead.
go
Alright,
with you to go talk to Reclos.
alright, then we should probably do Lord Reclos first, so that way we can make sure Lasar's here for his part.
Okay. I was again planning on like wrapping the thing up in about 20 minutes though,
Oh, okay. My bad.
because I figured this would be a goodish like plot hook thing, like a not a cliffhanger is what it is.
Yeah, we'll pick it up next game. All right, cool.
So why don't you track first, since that makes the cliffhanger cooler.
Very well. I do have Deadeye's lore prepared. So Torgan will head straight for Lasar's place with Unis, and Deadeye's lore lasts an hour per level, and it lets me move at full speed while tracking rather than half speed. Unis doesn't have to worry about going half speed; he's just keeping up with me. Um, he's over my speed anyway. That's the point. So between that bonus, Unis giving me guidance, and can Unis prepare aid another just in case this takes any longer? Let me see. All right, Unis was successful, so that's another +2. So I actually have a 26 survival.
Okay. So you begin doing the track. I'm just going to jump between the two of you for the cliffhanger part. You guys go to Reclose office. I mean, go on, man. Like, they let you in. They know who you are.
Yep. Well, do we need to go to Lord Reclose office to head and check out the dungeons, or do we actually have to go to his office?
Oh, I guess you could just go straight to the dungeons.
Yeah, might as well check to see if he's even there. There's no reason to talk to Lord Reclose. It's more of a situation of trying to fit. Then we'd have to, if he's there, we have to talk to Lord Reclose. Depending on whether or not he's there, depends on what we talk to Lord Reclose about.
I get what you're saying. So, like,
All right, cool.
you begin, like, heading past people, and the guards are like, you know, where are you going? This is the dungeon. And you're, like, shoving them aside, going, I know, and you just keep walking by. Torgan, you follow the tracks down through, some distance through several alleys until you get to, like, this, again, well, you remember when the two halfling gangs were fighting? This isn't the same spot, but it's, like, an open-ish, like, space out back behind some building.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like the trail just ends here.
It just ends. He didn't go into any building in particular.
Yeah, like you just walked out to you're following the tracks. You walked out right into the middle of the area. You're in like like where the buildings are lined up. There are several alleyways that lead in here, and it looks like there's a chain link fence kind of thing, a portcullis. Might as well like stopping some of the ends of it, but like the kind of thing that you could like climb and jump over. But you didn't go through any of these. You went through an open area, and there just seems to be some like children toys scattered about, like some children play back here from the housing nearby. You know, the kind of kids that like leave their plastic shovels out. Except these are probably real shovels because cheaper.
Interesting. Somehow he was teleported out at this point, or there's something else here that I really don't want to be poking around with when I'm all by myself.
Aren't other people with you?
No.
Ooh.
It's just me and Unis.
I would have gone with you.
Oh, good.
Okay.
There's a crazy cult that's trying to kill us.
We plucked Deverin out from his office and put him next to Torgan in the world. How about you, Gick? Would you be next to them, or are you just chilling, waiting for results?
No, Gick will come along.
All right. Do you want to bring Gengen?
Of course.
Hey. Sorry that you didn't get to do too much this session, Gick.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
Then yes, as you people like are running through the dungeon looking for things, you take a step back and you think you found him, and what do you want to do? Like, there is a door in front of his like cell, you know. Jason?
I'm sorry. Sorry. So we're in front of his cell.
Yeah, you and Lasar.
Okay, is he in the cell?
So you peek through and you think you see him, like recognizing the image you've seen, but you've never actually seen Leo yourself.
Oh, I move aside so Lasar can see if he sees him.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke in there. What do I see? Because I've seen him. I've face to face with him.
Yeah, it looks like him. Like you can tell like he's just kind of like hanging there, like he's manacled to the wall, but you can't get like a look at his face, like the way it's angled.
I'm suspicious as fuck. Detect fiendish presence.
Yeah, he still detects as he did before.
Okay. Detect magic.
This area seems to have like a field of no magic around him.
That's a little interesting.
Yeah, I believe we already knew that there's no magic here.
But then why did fiendish presence work?
What do you mean?
I mean, why did detect fiendish presence work if there's an anti-magic field he's looking into?
Who cast the detect fiendish presence?
Lasar just did.
I have both. I have
Oh,
both detect fiendish presence and detect magic.
I don't think it's if the anti magic doesn't stop the fiendish presence going on. I don't think it stops his like vision from seeing it, does it?
I wasn't. I'm
I
not
can take a look.
if you can use magical vision to peer into an anti-magic field at all. I was asking if that's how that works.
I didn't think of it like a cone, but rather the vision detecting things that are there. You know what I mean?
I think it works very similarly to detect evil. I believe it is a cone-based spell.
We check just to make sure, since we might as well. Cone-shaped emanation. Yeah, you're right. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Never mind. No.
Okay, so detect fiendish presence doesn't actually detect anything then.
Yeah, because of the anti-magic though.
Okay.
Why
I
don't we
still
get?
don't think that's him.
Let's get a guard to open up the door.
That's a very bad idea.
Okay, let's go talk to Lord Reclos to see if there's any way that somebody could have broken out, especially since you already saw the guy. We can bring this to the attention of Lord Reclos, who can then help us decide what to do here, since it is his prison.
Yep.
I also know the weather for like 4 days, by the way.
Oh, it's clear for a bit, then it's gonna rain towards the end.
Gotta be good for my hedge.
So we would essentially be like, he would just need to go upstairs to grab Lord Reclos, right?
Yeah, your thing is you brain through guards that are like, hey, you can't come down here, and you're like, fuck you, and then you're coming back up. They're like, did you get what you wanted? And you're shoving them again, and then you're coming back
Okay,
with her
so-
clothes, shoving them again. They're like, god damn it, what's their point?
Okay, because I like physically saw this guy. He physically leant on my counter,
Yeah.
right? And other people could corroborate what I saw. I'm not about to spill the beans on a surveillance going on. Not about to make anybody here. So
Yeah.
I'm wary. Good idea. I'll stay here. I don't want to leave him unattended. You can go get Lord Reclos, please.
Okay, so we can cut to like you asking Reclos about this, and Reclos would go like removing his reading glasses and beginning to stand up. He goes, well, he has escaped twice. And then we cut to like you people like beginning to like back out, like as Torgan was saying that he doesn't want to just be in here. And you can give me an intelligence check, everybody there.
Oh boy. Torgan's super intelligent, and so is Gig.
I mean, let me check the ability again. I always think it's an intelligence check, but maybe it's a full-on perception. No, I'm so sorry. For some reason, I thought it was an intelligence. I'm very sorry. I'll let you keep the numbers, or you can re-roll if you want. but it's actually a will save. For some reason, I thought it was an intelligence.
I will keep that number for a total of 20.
Okay, so while you people are like looking around and becoming like a bit like unwary about it, Gik, you can sense there's like a magic eye above you watching you.
We're being watched with magic, guys. I don't know how, but I can feel it.
In this city, it's not a surprise anymore.
And as we're close talking about like, yeah, he's broken it twice. Did you know a miniature earthquake hit just his cell? It's infuriating. And as you people are beginning to like back out of the alleyway, I'm not going to set up I don't want to set the cliffhanger so that you're forced to fight them. You can if you want, but I think maybe you could run and we could get the whole party together if that's all right with you guys.
It depends on what they are.
You see Leo walking up to you, and then you see another Leo walking up through the like climbing over the chain link fence.
Again,
I'm fine with getting the whole party just for the sake of having the whole party.
Yeah, and then you see a few more Leos like as you were like leaving the alleyway. A few of them like try to grab onto you, but you can tell they're like not good fighters. Like when they try to grab onto you, they basically trip over themselves.
Just because I want to use these, and I bought them when I first made this character, I'm gonna throw down 2 smoke pellets and run like hell.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
you just lead us out of there.
And Reclo comes down towards the cell and opens the thing, and you can see the person like chained up. He raises his face and smiles, and you can see he's like missing a tooth, and there's like blood trolling out of his nose that's dried up, and like one of his eyes is all like blackened and bruised, so he can't open it. And he just goes, "You come for more punishment, Reclo." And Reclo goes, "As you can see, we've recaptured him."
Well, when was that? Because he was just by my shop a couple hours ago.
Reclo like looks down towards you. Oh, wait, you're taller than him, aren't you? Reclo looks up towards you, and like inquisitively, like he's just giving you an eye.
Swear on my life, he was by my shop earlier.
And then as you people are running through, did you want to say you shot off any spells or throw anything at like the wave of Leos coming at you?
Oh, Unis absolutely attacked one that looked like it was falling on itself.
Oh yeah. As Unis attacks him, you see like a color spray like disappear or like lifting up from him like air, and it's just some like random dude getting chewed on by Unis.
Fair enough. He goes non-lethal, drops the guy, and we move along. We got illusion, magic, and no Barty.
Just another glorious day.
So, as you people are running through, did you two want to realize that what they might be walking into is a trap or something? I feel free to say whatever you want. I'm just trying to think of a nice way so we can get to a tabling point. I'm not trying to railroad you guys too hard. I'm just giving suggestions. Did you want to stay in the cells and talk to the tortured Leo?
I mean,
I'll stay outside the cell. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just wanted to. I mean, no. But how the hell would he be able to send anything out? Or is this his group sending things out?
I mean, since the anti-magic field is clearly in effect, since detect magic and detect fiendish presence don't work, he shouldn't be able to send out a goddamn thing.
Right.
Keep in mind, Reclo did say he escaped twice.
Right. So
And that there was localized earthquake.
Great. So that's probably how he got out. He escaped twice, came to you, got captured again. Who recaptured him?
I mean, again, you see him in the cell.
Right,
There's
no,
a-
I'm
there's an
asking Lord
anti-magic-
Reclo who recaptured him.
Oh, who captured him? Reclos said I did.
Hmm.
Reclos goes, I'm not about to let some punk escape from my dungeon and act like... Look, you don't need to do this little speech.
Yep. Okay. Where was he captured at?
At both times, he was trying to escape the city.
Of course he was. Which way was he? Did he go the same way both times, or did he go a different way each time?
He tried to swim in the river the second time.
Tried to swim in the river the second. You can walk on the river.
At points. I'm just trying to think of the way that Reclode responded to that. It's just like, I guess I think maybe his real answer would be, yes, don't remind me, because of what he had to go through to capture him that time.
Alright. Well, I got nothing.
Did we want to table it on the party running from the group of people disguised as Leo, as Lassar and Khan are just going, well, I'm confused.
Well, I mean, we could take them if they're clearly just, illusion disguises, but we would kill a lot of people who probably don't need. It's a lot of bodies and a lot of paperwork. If Gik's not comfortable standing and fighting, then it's just not worth it.
Also, something was scrying you, which means something had the power to scry you, which means maybe that's coming in. I mean, there's like some build up to like maybe these are just like goons and whoever's leading them is going to come in. I'm just throwing out ideas. I just don't want to make the. Again, I'm not trying to railroad you guys. I just don't want to make it too long since we want to end soon so that Ryan can get to his job.
I thought Ryan had to leave in an hour.
I thought he said his job is in an hour.
Yeah, well, I got it. Well, an hour and 1 minute because it's 9:59.
Yeah,
I got to be at work at 11.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you had to leave at 11. That changes things.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's a tabling point because next time you can come in and do some combat and stuff. Since combat can be its own like long experience. But before I table it, I just want to make sure everyone's fine with where we are.
I'm fine with where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good here.
Right.
I think the frame of us like scratching our would be like, "Hey man, I know what I saw."
Yeah. Actually, that's not too bad for like a literary. Like if this was a TV show, it just shows you guys being like you're just arguing for Chloe, and it zooms out of the city, and it zooms to another part of it, and the party's just getting run over by all these clones. So yeah, we'll table it. Next time we'll do some combat with some goons and the people. Maybe you'll capture another guy. Maybe it'll be a threat. Who knows? Either way, I'm just a bit disappointed. I wanted to make sure that like Jason and Ryan would be able to be in combat next week, but I'll prepare a thing for them to do at the start of next session.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm good. I'm happy.
All right. Hope everyone had fun, had some laughs. See you next time.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Hey.